they not used to somebody being actually having an opinion and a difference of how they view things. And that's what's funny about it. So now it makes it look like he's just so anti whatever because he said, I don't totally agree with everything.
Raindrops fall on city pavement, washing secrets in the dark. Daily drip, the crowd's amazement. Knowledge streaming comes to spark. Thunder in the nighttime sky.
About our billionaire flip-flop, Elon Musk.
Billionaire flip-flop. Go ahead.
He is. So he kind of dissed Trump after benefiting from him because he would have never had an opportunity to even be in that space, but it's not here nor there. But he did not approve of some parts of the big, beautiful bill, more specifically in the tax cuts. So I have some details about different things in the tax cuts that we can bring up and talk about. But yeah, cash is pay if you want to go to that clip.
Nerd.
It will be.
I got details and tax benefits. Nerd.
Okay. Can you roll that clip?
Not like I agree with everything the administration does. So it's like I agree with much of what the administration does, but we have differences of opinion. The things that I don't entirely agree with. But it's difficult for me to bring that up in an interview because then it creates a bone of contention. So then I'm a little stuck in a bind where I'm like, well, I don't want to, speak out against the administration, but I don't want to. I also don't want to take responsibility for everything the administration is doing.
I don't understand the complicated ways of Silicon Valley and Washington, D.C., but I do understand that Elon Musk is desperately trying, as subtly as he can, but as clearly as he can, to separate himself from the work that he did over the past 4 or 5 months that savaged his reputation in the business world and has hurt Tesla. And you can see it there. Oh, I'm not going to get.
Listen, they not used to somebody having an opinion about something, and that's just it. On the Democratic end, you agree with anything. If a Democratic politician says, listen, I eat sushi on the toilet and watch Elvis sing, then they going to say that's the law. That's how it's supposed to be. You got Jasmine Crockett talking some child. You supposed to listen to Elvis while you sit on. They not used to somebody being actually having an opinion and a difference of how they view things. And that's what's funny about it. So now it makes it look like he's just so anti whatever because he said, I don't totally agree with everything. That's called being, having an opinion. Actually looking at situations from all sides and not sitting there and just being stuck and just being totally super duper pro every single thing, which you're not supposed to be. The whole point of him having that job was to look at, the waste and things of that nature. And like I've had to explain to people on the streets, in my DMs, on Facebook, and several other places, I don't agree with every single thing that's going on with the cabinet right now. And I don't like lazy Republicans and people seeing stuff take place and take shape and not ready to pass laws to enforce some of these things. Elon did a lot of good work with DOGE, but it seemed like now it's kind of falling off the radar because nobody's really pushing for those things to actually come to fruition as far as, the cut and waste, that they've been basically working on. And now it's on some stuff about, he's leaving. He's not leaving. He was there for a certain amount of time. If I go to a job, if I'm sitting there and I'm somebody that does project management for a certain amount of time, and I say, they gave me this contract for this amount of time, I didn't get fired, ladies and gentlemen, and I didn't quit. It was for a certain amount of time. My time is up, so I move on, right? Isn't that how that goes? But for some reason, Democrats believe, he's just leaving Trump high and dry, and he doesn't like nothing. I'm like, it's so obtuse.
He wasn't part of the cabinet. He wasn't part of the leadership team per se. He was there for a specific thing.
He was brought on to do a specific job for a specific amount of time. and they keep writing it up like, oh,
I mean,
he's parting ways.
he's a consultant. Like basically, consultants don't stay forever. It's like, okay, let's break it. Like y'all tell me if I'm wrong. It's like if you hire somebody to do contract work on your roof, right? He not about to do your plumbing. He came there to take care of the roof. Now he may dabble in some carpentry. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You might do some other work, but he not about to go through do the electrical, the plumbing, the carpentry, the roof. That's not what he got a contract for the roof. He gonna fix the roof. He gonna tell you what's wrong with the roof. He gonna do that part. So yeah, that's what contracting and consulting. That's I
Right.
mean he's not salary.
And to answer your question, Loudmouth, no, he wasn't appointed to an office because he never needed to be appointed to an office. He was basically put in place to do a job. This man has had the highest clearance anybody could have been given way before he even took on the DOGE job. Thanks to president, not really president, sometimes president, halfway not president, almost out of his mind, President Biden, who said, hey, let's get this man a check and let him fly a few people off into space and do all the things he wanted to do. You know what I mean? So he was there for a specific job. That's it. That's it.
That's crazy though, right? Like I'm just saying in general, and I'm sorry to my trade people. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somebody who do the roof would never do carpentry. I have no idea. I'm just saying, like I don't know. I can't tell somebody what their skill set's not. There's stuff
Right.
I find out people
But
can
as
do that I never thought they
But as a
could do.
consultant
But
of
they not
somebody on
gonna
the
do the
job,
whole house.
no,
They're not
but
gonna
their
do the whole
job
house.
is to let you know where you
What it
can
is.
actually spend money in certain areas, how it
Right.
should be approached to keep things a certain way and get it done efficiently. That's what
You can
consultant
execute
does.
it, or you cannot execute. You can make the bed, or you cannot make the
Don't do
bed.
that. Also,
That's it.
you know what? You know what I meant by dabble in carpentry. Y'all know that person who do a little something where they don't do the job right, but they do enough. Don't play with me. Y'all know what
Yeah, it's called cutting corners, which the White House didn't do with him. That man lost a lot of money and put himself out on the line to say, hey, this is what I'm seeing right now that's being done wrong. I brought in some people to put some extra eyes on it. So you can't say it's just me looking at this. I got several other people that's looking at it too. This is what's going wrong. And after he did all that work, he said, listen, they want to burn down Tesla dealerships. They want to blow up rockets. They want to do whatever they got to do because, we all know that Trump is the ugly baby mama. Let's just put it out there. If anybody I know, my people that's watching, if you got a baby mama that's not, if you're on your second baby mama, she's usually cuter than the first baby mama, right? But that ugly baby mama, no matter what she does, you're going to say it's wrong. I don't care how she take care of them kids. I don't care if she bail you out of jail several times. She's still the ugly baby mama, and that's Trump. So no matter what he does good, they're going to equate to it as being bad. And that's what happened with Elon. He was kicking it with the ugly baby mama. And no matter what he did right, they was going to be like, it's wrong because you're doing it with him. You're doing it with Trump. You know what I mean? So now he's like, okay, now that I found all this,
that I applaud what he's doing because he
impressive.
didn't have to take his time out to try to do essentially a passion project to see how he can impact America through trying to implement savings. So
I don't know if I would say passion because I mean he did. My guy still had access to them systems.
You always have access to the stuff.
I'm just saying he got like listen, when he pull up and be like, hey, yeah, I mean I knew about that. I was in Doge.
Right. That's like a playboy going into the mansion and he done hit everything there and you like, you know her? Yeah, I know her. I've been hit that. I've been did that. I know all about that.
Don't do that. Don't put yourself out there like that.
You gonna put him out there like that?
How
many baby mothers you got? 5.
5. No, but I'm just saying that in the sense of that man has had access to everything for as long as he had. But now, if anything, he probably was nudging Trump like, yo, I already see where the money is going and what they've been doing is terrible. It just wasn't my job to do it. Holla at me. Let's work it out, figure it out. No, I don't need your money. Obviously, I don't. I'm going to look into this so I can see different ways that we can actually save some money because I want this country to flourish, right? Now that he's done all of that work, he like, okay, what's up with the House? Where, where's the lawmakers that kind of enforce us to dig into this stuff to make sure this doesn't continue? Why is everybody just sitting still after my damn cars and got burnt up? I done got castrated in the media. Now I gotta go toe to toe with Don Lemon and shut his ass up. Where's the people that's gonna actually step up and say, hey, this man may have a point here. We do need to get some things in motion to stop this bleeding cost, and act on some of the stuff he's found. Because now everybody acting like DOGE is just, it's just the elephant in the room that nobody sees now. Like,
man, it's like when people come together at a job and don't nobody want to do the job. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody do all this work, they put it all together. Here go the plan, and everybody like, who gonna do it? Who gonna do this plan? Shit, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't putting in no damn overtime for this plan. I ain't doing that.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna do it at all.
Hey, bottom line is that man, like I said, that man been sitting around he's been sitting around since he left since he left PayPal. That man has had access to a lot. George W. Bush was like, come on, brother. Elon been around. He been chilling. Been having his way with women, been getting his money, been getting his contracts. He been having his way.
Every time I hear that, I think about Young Thug.
No,
when he had Ricky Cap got out of jail, and he had my way.
Elon is the Drake of he's the Drake of the Capitol right now. Like he's been having his way, and everybody hates him for it.
So really quick before we go to the next topic, the main thing that Elon had beef with is obviously they did all of these cuts in trying to reduce the budget. DOGE has reported they saved 160 billion in savings, and so by doing that, like by increasing the federal deficit, he felt that it was counteractive to all the work that the people did and the sacrifices, exactly. And so that's really where he's coming from that. But like, like I did my job, but it's like, dang, like I did my part in the group project, and then y'all still over here just trying to get y'all working hard for this D. For the C minus, like y'all working real hard.
After that, like I said, he had his arm around the ugly baby mama for too long. And now, if it had been Obama or Biden, somebody he presented DOGE to, everyone would have been like, "This is great! Oh my God! Everybody go get a Tesla! This guy is cutting waste and fraud from every which way."
Welcome to our show, where the good times always flow. Like and subscribe, Join us, don't be slow.